I am going to just go into the garden and harvest some herbs for drying. The garden is a bit wild at this point, and I am just trying to keep in mind that August is just a wild time. So everything is growing really rapidly, and there's a lot to do, and there's no way I can do it all perfectly, and that's okay. But I'm going to make sure I take some time to enjoy the garden, even in its wildness. I'm gonna make sure I take some time to dry some herbs for the winter so I could have it for teas. I use some for dried herbs for like cooking and things, stuff like chives. I am exploring, well, I've been drying basil, but like I have a few different basils in the garden. So instead of having separate ones for each one, I'm just kind of doing a basil mix, which will be kind of cool. But my favorite things to dry for the winter are things for teas, so like things like mint, tulsi. I have this other plant that I've been growing this year called pineapple sage, and it's so good. Pineapple sage smells like crushed pineapple, and it has that leafy green sage flavor. So yeah, I'm gonna do some of that. Come with me as I harvest some, and I'll show you my garden that is a little full of weeds and it's just so it goes. My whole thing, when I say my whole thing, as though it's like a branding thing. It's just who I am. It's just that I am what I kind of call like an imperfect gardener, or I don't say that in like a self-detrimental way, but more of like a realistic, it's, you know, me doing the gardening. I like doing a lot of stuff, but I don't have the ability or the energy to meticulously weed everything. So anyway, let's get into the garden. All right, so some basils are looking pretty good. I do need to prune these so that they'll continue to bush out. And these ones too are lettuce leaf basil, and I really do like, I mean, I dry these, they take a little longer, but I do really like these on sandwiches and in wraps and stuff. Like, they're a milder flavor. It's really nice. This is looking a little sad. This is just my mojito mint, lemon balm, and mint. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and harvest some of my marigolds because they are doing so well. And with cut flowers, the more you cut them, the more they bloom. And so I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna go to dinner with a friend tonight, so I'm gonna bring her some cut flowers and put some also on my table. So this garden is mostly on my south sunny side. So this is my garden of 2 years. It's still establishing itself. But yeah, I'll show you. Look, I'll be having a snack. We hear the marigolds. It's kind of, look how chaotic. This is a tomato plant that I desperately need to try to train back up. I was gone for a little bit, so I don't know how successful I will be at that. Look at these Jimmy Dardellas. They're so exciting. I'm so exciting. Okay, I can't do a full tour at this moment, but this is the other marigold. This one is called Kilimanjaro marigold. So this one is actually kind of off yellow, but this one is more of the white that I was thinking that it was going to be. So it looks like it's a slight variance. I don't mind that at all. The other thing is that they're huge, because who would have thought? Kilimanjaro. Huge plan. All right, I want to do some cutting. Then, all right. So there's a lot of other things I need to do in this garden. I'm gonna look for more herbs to dry. Um, and oh, this is pretty. I don't know if you can see this one. This is a variegated leaf that seems to be kind of like an outlier. This over here is a. I kind of threw a tomato in there because I thought my flowers and herbs were not germinating, and then the tomato germinated and went wild over this big rain, and so did everything else. So now it is an experiment to see what happens. But this variegated leaf came from a the sun. I gotta get over to the shade. This variegated leaf came from a there's my finger. Anyway, so that variegated leaf came from a vining black-eyed Susan, and so it hasn't bloomed yet. So I'm gonna see if it blooms this year. It took some time to get established and start growing. The weather has been really weird this year. We had a lot of cold nights in the beginning of spring, and then it's been pretty hot here. So yeah, we'll see what comes out of it. My tomatoes haven't done well at all this year, but they're growing. Like, there's a couple that are growing really well. Most of them are not doing it so great. But my peppers are doing good. Shishitos have been popping off, and my flowers are doing well, and so are my herbs, so that's really great. Okay, I want to take you just I'm going to grab the pineapple sage, and then I'm going to go inside. How I kind of battle overwhelm or handle overwhelm when in the garden, especially in August, is, my to-do lists and things I should do are so long. But I find that I sometimes just need to go out to the garden for a specific thing and go do that first. I also have ADD, so staying on task can be hard, especially in this thing where we have a wild garden where there's so many things to do. But yeah, so I am going to stay on task, is what that means, and not give you a full garden tour, maybe that in the future, and just make sure I get the things done that I need done. All right, so let's go get some pineapple sage. Oh, there's a rabbit. Hold on. Let's see if you can see him. You see him? Hi, friend. I've been coming out here and checking on this pumpkin every day. Still green. Should turn some purple at some point. Not purple, orange. A purple pumpkin would be cool. I had potatoes here. I have dug them up. I need to top dress this with some compost, and we'll probably just put cover crops on it overnight. Not overnight, over winter. Hi, bun friend. All right, so this is the pineapple sage. It smells incredible. And so it's doing pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and shred some of it so that I can have it for teas. It's an excellent iced tea as well if you want a cool summer drink. This is a brand new space as of this year. And I did sheet mulching, which means it's gonna take some time for things to get established, and I have to keep reminding myself that. But yeah, not letting the perfect be the enemy of the good and all that. All right, let's do some harvesting. Should have worn bug spray. And when harvesting, you can cut a lot of this stuff back a lot. I try not to like over harvest if I want something to continue producing, but a lot of these herbs, they're trying to go to seed. So they're gonna come back. You just want to make sure it's not like all the way to the ground. They have enough like green, like I'm gonna leave this one now, I think. I probably could do a little bit more, but here, I'll do this one. But that way, it still has the ability to bounce back and continue to harvest before the winter. All right, I think, you can't quite see me, there you go. I think I am done. I have an entire basket full of herbs and some flowers. And I am gonna go ahead and hang these up to dry. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye.